Boop, bang. It's your boy, Bigger Jacobo the Greatest. Hold on. It's part two. Hold on. Let me get some drink. Let me get some drink. Let me get some drink. I'm on part two. Part two. Part two. Big back. All right, part two. Reacting to a Black American and African debate about culture. Yes, Lord. They get it.
In the world that once upon a time were prevented to do anything.
Watch part one.
Prevented to do anything. Like the Jews is an example of it. Indians were an example for 81 years by the British. They couldn't build, innovate, do anything. They have to rely on the white people, right? And you can go down Korea the same way. However, I believe in something called the second advantage, meaning when the phenomena is over, you should repeat it. So somebody gave me the first lecture about Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I said, "What year was that?" What a long time ago, right? Okay. At one time in this country, you and we will not have an opportunity to do certain things. But if that ability to build Black Wall Street is innate, why haven't we repeated it?
Well, about the recent things, they put drugs in the community, promoting of gang culture in the community, put welfare for whatever, if they could break up relationships. That's recent things that have an impact today.
Because we cannot. And here's
now let's go to your flea experiment. Sure.
Profiling.
How about the other people who've been held down also by the same condition for long? Why are they not? Here is my problem. I have a lot of mentees, African American students whom I used to take to Africa. I had a program every year. I take a bunch of them to build schools in Benin.
A lot of that money out of his own pocket, by the way. Credit where credit is due.
Now, I really get the goose on my skin when we keep repeating the very thing that is building prisons around us. One is that we've been psyched up, so we can't do anything. Two is somebody is always lurching in the dark. That's why we are the way we are. If you say so, and then you ask a kid to go to school and stay in school and do well, you sound stupid. Why don't you go and kill the white supremacist so the problem will go away from me? There is something that is just human. When you find yourself in a certain situation, you cannot explain it, better create a boogeyman fast. But a boogeyman only turns around and imprisons you and your own children. I refuse. There is no psychological effect on any.
We fought against white supremacy. And going on war with motherfucking 50 million versus 200 some million, nigga, we just gonna lose that battle. And the bloodshed, we gonna win culturally. And plus, the world is evolving to something different. Only that, nigga, it's still white supremacy. Y'all deal with white supremacy stealing out your country, but it's not a back and forth tit for tat. But I'm speaking on the Black American point of view.
Any Black person on earth, we are just what we are, different. And whenever we find ourselves among other people, the first thing we start doing is compare. Let me give you a country, South Africa. 12 tribes, 7 major ones. Shaka the Zulu is from the Zululand, and then the Xhosas, and then the Vendas and Limpopos, okay? Makes one huge region, 51 million Black people. Six-pack and big chest. They'll kill you with their bare hands. 2.8 million white people arrived and built that country to the standard of a European country. 2.8 million South African white. Then the people started bickering. They said apartheid was the reason the Black man was poor in South Africa. So the majority, 51 million Black people, were waiting on 2.8, saying that
but you gotta remember, like you said, y'all not brethren, y'all different tribemen. So they put y'all against each other. Y'all was different tribemen. Because remember when the Zulu War happened, the British had different tribes helping them fight the Zulus. That's how they came, and not only that, apartheid made the fucking South Africans. They were brutalizing the South Africans in apartheid, killing them, keeping them from buying land. All type of things was going on in apartheid. What are you talking? You African? What are you talking about?
Apartheid. You don't know what apartheid is? Yes. Apartheid was no economic thing. Apartheid simply is what is happening or happened in America, like in Westport. Look, don't have children with my our girls.
Mhm.
We want to keep a pure race. Apartheid is what is happening in India. We want to keep Indians marrying themselves.
Mhm.
Koreans are eugenics. They marry each other. How many Koreans have you seen in America married to celebrities? No. That is apartheid. So if you start marrying them, they'll tell them, clean out. That was it.
In America, every race
Now,
hate each other.
if blacks believe
In
that they
America.
can build South Africa, you know what? Mandela wouldn't waste his time in prison and all these things. He would have simply said, you know what? Let's have a BSA, Black South Africa Republic. Let them cut off white South Africa and let's compete. No, they wasted their time asking the white, just allow me to come to your beach, to your clinic.
Why the fuck would you cut off half your fucking homeland to the white people that brutalize your ass talking about let's compete? What the fuck is you talking about? Why the fuck? What is you talking about? Why the fuck would you even do that? What you? That's like the Europeans right now today telling the Muslims here, y'all have this piece of Europe. Since y'all over here so much, y'all have this piece of Europe and let's compete with each other, see who build the best Europe. What? They're gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? No, bro, what are you talking about?
To your schools. Okay, 32 years ago, the white man said, just wait and see. We are warning them that managing a country is not something anybody you can just do. So 32 years ago, they gave the country back to the black.
Nigga, they carved up random parts of Africa through random tribes in the country and say, boom, this is what it is. And they kept y'all from leadership, beat y'all up, didn't teach y'all couldn't learn, y'all taught y'all a different language, kept y'all from buying land. Only that y'all was still different tribes because Africa is so big, so y'all still will somewhat go against each other too. Even in today's Africa, nigga, people vote based on tribalism. When they vote vote based on tribes. They do that in today in Africa. Imagine y'all were doing that way more back then. That's what kept the motherfuckers on top. They just kept people fighting each other. And only that, the ones that was fighting them, nigga, they use cannons and machine guns too. They and muskets. Y'all was using fucking spears and swords. Nothing wrong with it. My ancestors did the same thing. That's the difference. That's how y'all lost, and that's how y'all kept losing. Even today, Africa, y'all vote based on tribes. A lot of that shit happens today. You're African, gang. I feel like I don't know about this man, bro.
I was there.
I don't know about both of them. I disagree with some. Both of them are saying. I agree with some of the things both of them are saying. For sure.
To speak. They are now having load shed. Electricity can't stay on. Water is not flowing. Roads are cracked. Airport is breaking down. The Durban train station is finished.
Because none of the resources, Africa is the most resource rich continent. All y'all resources getting taken out of Africa and getting thrown in other places. And y'all government is tied to these corrupt other places that keeping y'all from even keeping y'all resources. And they would kill the people that wanted to push freedom and unity in Africa. What are you talking about? And they would put it in a puppet. And that's how y'all countries kept failing. What are you talking about? What is he talking about?
When they gave it to blacks.
So you're saying that they're not capable?
No, they're not capable.
What? So you telling me the shit that's going on in Kenya right now and Uganda, the blacks in Uganda, that's not capable of building a nice, beautiful city? What are you talking about? You telling me the Africans right now in West Africa that's trying to unite and build up the community in West Africa is not capable? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, man, I don't know.
I don't have to say it. 32 years. It took Singapore, Hong Kong, South Korea, Malaysia.
Not one African country is 100 years old. Not one. Not even one African country is 100 years old. What the fuck is you talking about? People the country just became free. Some of them is probably as old as fuck now, or just now dying. What are you talking about? Y'all just became freed as countries. What are you talking about between the 40s and 60s and 70s? I think y'all were just now becoming free countries. What is he talking about? No shit. No what? And only that, a bunch of tribes got thrown in the mix with random countries too. So that, and only that, the tribalism. I don't know what this man
and
talking about.
Indonesia to build themselves up right after independence. 14 countries in the Balkans. Many people in this country who are below the age of 40 don't understand what Soviet Union means. That was a devil's empire that colonized 14 countries in their grip for 40 years. Name one Eastern European country that is downtrodden because of the Russians.
The United States of America is sending resources and money to help European countries stay afloat. What are you talking about? After World War II, the U.S. government donated millions and billions of dollars to help Europe rebuild itself. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? No shit, the most white powerful nation in the world will keep the other white nations afloat. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking
So
about?
do you have the answer to the reason they're not capable?
There is no reason.
So they're just not capable because they're just not capable. There's no reason behind it. There's nothing behind it. There's not
How?
a particular
So,
mindset.
I'll
that
tell you,
woke up
because
So even ISO speed stream, the dude try to buy a diamond. He only got 2 sellers. You can't even buy your own fucking jewelry because of the systems in your countries. It is reasons why y'all can't advance. What the fuck is you talking about? They can't. They're not capable to build a country, but he capable to build a diamond business. You're not capable to control the country, but you're capable to build a fucking. With Ghana, you can build cities. It's cities throughout the continent with African art, African infrastructure. Yeah, it's European infrastructure and African-based infrastructure with African workers. What are you talking about? You was African yourself. Self-hatred is real, gang.
if you look in the generation of where I
Oh,
come
it's
from,
not self-hatred, it's brainwash. And he's an educated man, a journalist, and he's brainwashed. Just because you went to a college and you went educated in colleges, that don't mean you were true to the game. You just been brainwashed. That don't mean you true to the game just because you went to college and you're a journalist. That don't mean you true to the game. You just been brainwashed. They just brainwash you in a professional way. That's all that happens.
my grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, none from Africa has ever build and manage a country.
They gotta
But
be.
they can come to America and manage to build a business. I swear, you talking about them same Africans that's smart enough to come to America and build a business? It's hell of Nigerians is doing well. What are you talking about? Are they that damn stupid, but they're smart enough to build a business? What are you talking about? It's some billionaires just African, I swear. What are you talking about? I don't know, man.
Be a reason though.
No. I'm saying we have never done it. Just
Right.
like,
If you've never
like
done
no
something.
lion has ever dug a foxhole.
Right.
Only fox can dig a foxhole.
Right.
Lions dig holes, but put sometimes they little cubs in.
Only rabbits can dig a rabbit hole.
So
Lions can't. So why would you say, is there a reason a lion can dig a foxhole?
But-
No, there's no reason. It's a lion.
But those different animals. We
it's
talking about
called a
humans.
lack of breadth of experience.
Humans are
That is
different.
Why
my
these
friend.
niggas not actually educating this nigga? Man, I was there. I'll be breaking the nigga. I'll be breaking it down to the nigga in detail. Nigga, what are you talking about?
Not having the experience is a reason. And again,
Okay, so
Nah, that's
maybe
true, too.
we have not had the need. You see, we make too big a deal about industrialization, as if industrialization is for people who are smart. No, industrialization is for people who were threatened by nature. And the continent of Africa, which is the home place of Black people, is the most comfortable place that has never had any threat. Tsunamis, earthquakes, tectonic plate shakes, winters 10 feet high, springs. You wake up every day, the trees are green, the tomato is 365 days, it's right behind your house, the river is there, and you just lie out there, eat something, and just chill. So your brain for millions of years is not invented.
So what about all the African kingdoms? The kingdom of Mali, the kingdom of the South African, the Zulu kingdom, the Egypt kingdom of Egypt, the Kemet kingdom, the Kush kingdom, the Ingbu kingdom. What about these kingdoms? King Baktu. What are you talking about? This man is African, gang. What is this man talking about? Who's Master Musa? Oh my God, who is this man for?
because
There's no need.
there's no need.
Mm.
So we build little
There's no need
communities.
to build.
Africans are communal. The black man by nature is
So
not
y'all
an
don't build towns to commute, to group up and build culture. I don't know, man.
individualistic actor.
Mhm.
The black man relies. That's why you can't finish a sentence with the black man without him saying, "Oh, my niece, my cousin." You can talk to a Japanese, a Korean, and a white man for 3 hours, and he's my wife and children. That's all you're gonna hear.
Nigga, this video is 2 hours long. You talking to a black man for 2 hours long. What is this man talking about, bro?
Because they come from
Good.
that kind of thing.
What is this
All right.
talking
So where
about?
we come from, where we evolved, gave us something, and that something is what we
And not
are.
one of them said
what-
on my knees, not one of them black hour in the video, not one black dude said on my knees, on my kids. Now, what are you talking about?
What the white person did in South Africa. It's not because he's smart. It's because just over years, millions of years, they've been in threat from nature. So always their brain is inventive. Oh, how can we?
They first, white people wasn't around for millions of years. They was around for a couple thousand years. What are you talking about? And they live in a small peninsula in the northwest of Asia, and they fought against each other like every other race was fine. They had in a conflict amongst each other, but they were such in a confined space. So they would invent more weapons, and they have more of a war mentality. So they will make more weapons and create more weapons to fight against each other. And plus, you got Britain on an island, nigga. They go build ships, can move around. So boom, they end up building ships. You got Portugal, they on the coast, they gonna end up building ships. Nigga, they end up building ships and moving around. They had other people had ships and boats too. They had ships and boats in Egypt, ships and boats in the Persian army. They had ships and what are you just man talking about, bro?
Protect ourselves. We didn't need a reason to let the water be in some, because it's not going to freeze. And we have to come back to that. But we keep preaching that somebody, this weakly white small race, have held down black men, Shaquille O'Neal size of people. And then our children are hearing it. And you forget to see why our children hate each other, because you say we are nothing. So it's easy for the black man to kill the other person. And I'm just saying we need to stop.
Oh, hey, Malcolm.
Stop it.
I
How
love my
can
black
one
people.
race on earth have the same experience and it's not going away?
Hispanics got cartel that's killing whole towns of Hispanics that shoot up a whole fucking section of the city just because they arrested a cartel leader. What are you talking about? It's a war going on in Malaysia. Them not Africans. What are you talking about? Chinese trying to take Taiwan. Them not Africans. The Russians fighting the Ukrainians. The Israelis fighting the Muslims. What the Arabs? What are you talking? Them ain't got nothing to do with Africans. What are you talking about? When come on.
I agree with you, right? To a certain
So
degree,
to your
right?
question, we build it so we won't live it. You're lying to yourself. What did you build in America? Name one thing you built.
Culture, black towns. The city of Atlanta is built up based off black money and influence. The South, so much things. Goddamn.
You were in the 6 states in the South farms because of your ability. They took them to Jamaica because of plantation. They took them to Haiti because of plantation. So when they brought you here, it's because farms. And you keep saying we build. You're making the kids angry. If the man didn't have a home, how could he bring you as a slave? He built the country. He wanted you here to maintain some things, man. So what? You build. So what? You will give your dignity, your children's dignity, because we build the country. Therefore, we are going to stay in the country where we will be looked down upon. We will be indignified because I build it. Instead of you going and
You look that nigga in Africa, you in Africa, and the whole world look down on Africans in Africa. What are you talking about? They look down on Africans in Africa. Shout out Africa. I love Africans. Nigga, some black people is just literally native to the land they on. So that's not why everybody was trying to leave. What are you talking about? Remember, the Europeans came from Europe to America. They came from Europe to America to enslave the native people. What the fuck? No shit. The native people want to stay in the land they fucking native from.
build. Do you know what the Jews build in other people's country? But they left it easily to go to a desert. And look at it today. Touch one of them, and God bless you.
A desert that
This
was
nigga scared of Jewish people. God bless you. What is you saying?
started and state sanctioned in 1946, the year my mother was born, a desert that also came with infrastructure, a desert that also came with banking systems, a desert that also came with absolutely no laws preventing them to build freely.
But
That
I'm
is no,
saying
no, 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 no,
they
wait,
did
no, no,
move
Frank,
to a place.
Frank. I
You shouldn't be scared of no Jews, man, no white man, no fucking European, no black man, no none of that shit, no Asian, none of that shit, bro. You shouldn't be scared of no motherfucking touch too. Blessed God ain't no. You can touch anybody that fuck with you. It's called defending your damn self. I don't give a fuck what religion or race you is. It's just defending yourself. Nigga, you could build up your own fucking community, nigga. You know what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
sat here very quietly,
Okay,
intently
okay,
listening.
sorry.
I got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so I was listening twice as much as I normally talk. Jews were allowed to build institutions, hospitals, banks, all of those things over time. And when they left what was happening because of Hitler, they also came with their wealth intact, and they were allowed to communicate.
They were blessed with wealth from the fucking the British and the U.S. government, bro.
Together and build those things without infrastructure. You know what happened right after emancipation? The federal government created something called the Freedmen's Bank. You familiar with the Freedmen's Bank?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar.
So the
with it.
Freedmen's Bank
We
was
don't even know Black American history talking about culture of Black Americans, bro.
marketed to Black people, foundational Black Americans, recently freed men. That's why it's called the Freedmen's Bank, as a place for them to take the money they had acquired over time, either from sharecropping, what they had earned from buying their freedom, or whatever the case may be. And they all put their money into the Freedmen's Bank. And you know what happened? The government and the robber barons and the people running the Freedmen's Bank took all of their money. Do you know how many Black owned and operated banks there are currently in these United States?
No.
22.
They don't want any Black owned operated banks, dude. They want control of all people money, fool. Come on, gang.
Most of those are completely underfunded, and they don't have a network that does not get the same support from the FDIC as a Wells Fargo, Chase Manhattan, all of those things. These things are unique. There is, in fact, and you know this because you have lived. I've lived in 34 cities in 19 states. I've been around. I understand how certain things go. But can you right now, with your wealth and the people that you know, how much land in Chinatown anywhere in the United States can you buy right now?
Which Chinatown? The one here?
Any Chinatown. How much can you buy right now?
Well, I don't know.
0. They won't allow it. How much can you buy in the Diamond District in any place? Let's just start in New York. How much can you buy? How much can you
Are
buy?
you talking about specific towns, specific areas in towns, nigga? We could buy Black people buy land and build fucking neighborhoods and have people rent out the houses, and they do it in Atlanta. Why are you talking about Chinatown specifically or Diamond District specifically? Why the fuck would we want to buy fucking land that's already owned and already got business operation on it? What the fuck? And plus, it's not for sale. So what the fuck? China? What the fuck? Why the fuck even brought that? What the fuck?
No, those
0,
Yeah.
because they're allowed to gatekeep that.
Mhm.
There is no situation
It is
that
allowed
you
to
can name in America in modern times, taking slavery and everything off the table, just starting from 1865 on, that does not have white involvement and white interference. If you can name it, I will apologize, but it does not exist. And that's what makes us unique
True.
versus the Jews who were allowed to take their money. Oh, and by the way, the United States of America, also Germany, all of those countries that were involved in World War II paid and repaired the Jews.
That's exactly what I just said. They blessed them with wealth. That's exactly what I just said.
Japanese Americans who were put in internment camps because America allegedly was afraid of another Pearl Harbor, but we all know historically that was some BS because they knew Pearl Harbor was going to happen before it happened, and they allowed it to happen. Took the Japanese Americans out of their homes, out of their stores, out of their businesses, out of their communities, and put them in internment camps. And when they released them, when the war was over, you know what they
blessed
did?
them. They blessed them.
They repaired them
That's true.
financially.
That's
They
true.
gave them grants, land
True.
grants. So it's
True.
easy to talk about, well, look at what the Jews did, this, that, and the third. Because the other part of that is you can freely, without fear of recompense, without fear of cancellation, without fear of any type of retaliation, talk extremely critically of foundational Black Americans. I dare you to go do that to Edelstein and the folks over at the National Defamation League and see how quickly Frank Zainu gets canceled. See how quickly your bank account.
We don't give a fuck about what he gonna say to the Jewish people or the white people. This is between us and him, gang. Keep it detailed between us. I mean, you can use them as examples time and time within the conversation, obviously. But nigga, that's not the main topic though.
Get frozen. See how quickly you become public enemy number one. But they will back you.
Using that as an example, so let me chill out. I think it's the first time.
And make sure your algorithm goes viral to the point where people wrongly are threatening your life. It's not an apples to apples comparison. We're comparing apples to ancestry and the freedom to make it happen. That's not an excuse. And by the way, I'm not saying a white man is holding
the fact that this African dude is in America comfortably chilling while I ain't worrying about getting lynched or hanged. Come on, bro.
Down. I have plenty of businesses. Google is a snitch. It'll tell you all of my business. But the truth of the matter is, am I a dyslexic, dyscalculic kid with a speech impediment that became a speaker and a 22-time best-selling author? Yes, in spite of the fact that my family started in the Richard Allen Projects, in spite of the fact that I have to read a little different, in spite of the fact that I might
jump. What is he talking about? I'm gonna read this conversation. It's so hard to have a conversation with people that don't know history and who's exactly what I was saying. What the fuck? It's so hard to have a conversation with people who don't know history and whose basic sabotage their critical thinking skills. I can't read. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic in real life. 95% of Black millionaires have lived in the United States. Only 4% of all Black live in the United States have ever been placed where they have thrived more than. Who are these 95% of you cannot revolt against people whose values you share. More of the story, there's no point of trying to unite with Africans because Africans you want to unite with themselves with herself. When historical facts clashes with social media. One man ties the liberal people from thinking it's holding him down. The other man is finding excuses for failure. Bro, they both goofies.
Jumble my words here and there.
I'm tripping all thoughts on us already. The comments. To me, they both goofies. They both don't know what they're talking about. They both need that's why I say y'all just educated brainwash. Just because you got all of you selling books, this and niggas as an educated brainwash, and you sell your books to millions of educated brainwash motherfuckers. Like I'm all like, what the fuck? No, none of you, both of them. Listen, Black Americans, Caribbean Blacks, and Africans, we all unite. We all the same. We all powerful. We all great together. You feel me? Each of us got our own Pacific coach. You got the FBA coach, you got the Caribbean coaches, and you got the African coaches. That don't mean we all go fucking bark at each other. We all the same people, bro. These guys is throw.
It's not that it's impossible, but to me to act like that is the rule, as opposed to the fact the truth is that I am the exception, is not only disingenuous, it's very, very short-sighted. Mm-hmm. That's the only point I'm making.
Look, when I use the Jews, I don't talk about something like, the Jews have this money, this person. I don't know. And I don't want to talk about it. And I don't talk about other people because I don't have to. They have done nothing to me.
Then why you talk about the Black Americans then if you don't talk about other people? What the fuck is you talking about? You having a whole conversation about lack of culture amongst Black diaspora. And y'all keep bringing up the Jews and the white people.
Talk about people like me. So I'm not going to criticize them in the fear of my algorithm. And by the way, I do not like that anybody will say because I'm criticizing my people, so my algorithm is going up. If it is so, fine. All I'm saying is I am talking about us. And I'm saying if all the things
talked about us with no solution and no detailed history, no system knowledge, but yet you're talking about us. And you're talking about Africans too. You're a danger to Africans and Black Americans and Caribbeans because you don't know shit. You an educated nigga in a suit that been brainwashed. You don't know shit. Bro.
Things you are mentioning happening, where wouldn't that be enough reason for you to
You've
say
been here for 40 years, you said?
34?
Okay, before then, what was your understanding of foundational Black Americans at that point? Have you heard about us even when you were wherever you were from?
Well, you must understand that when we began to know about African Americans, they were called colored people.
Mhm.
And then from colored, it became Negro.
Mhm.
And then after Negro, it became Afro-American. So we in high school, if you had come to Africa, we call it Afro-American.
Right.
And then from there it became Black American.
Mhm.
And then from there it became African Americans. And now I'm hearing the new terminology, which is foundational Black Americans. I don't understand it. I don't know where it came
The
from.
government picked all those names all the way up until you said foundational Black American. That's what you don't understand. The government chose all our names all the way up until we called ourselves Solani and Black and FBA. That's the difference. That's what you don't understand.
So if I knew about African Americans, yes, my name was Superfly. We all have to choose some African name, African American name, because we watch Cooley High,
Know the culture.
Stockton, and
Well, how you say we don't got a culture, but you watching us on TV and you choosing names that we typically would call ourselves. What do you call that, man?
all these things. We knew the names have changed just as the style, the lifestyles have changed also. So yes,
The lifestyles of Black Americans. What is if a lifestyle of a Black American? What is that called? It's called a culture. The lifestyles of Black Americans. It's the culture of Black Americans. Okay, bro.
we read it in high school. We knew about.
But what was the gist of what? Because my whole point of bringing this up is, you know, the media and the world of the power of America. Let's just like you mentioned those movies. Those movies depicted, you know, Black people in a certain way, but we're ignoring the fact that Black people are financial.
Black Americans is the richest group of Black people in the world. I mean, no sign of disrespect. And not only that, we are the most influenced group of people in the world, not Black people, just people, period, in the world. We every year we bring about $2 to $3 trillion per year. That's more than most African countries. That's more than literally more than not damn not if most, if not all African countries bring in their year per year. What are you talking about?
Foundational Black Americans are being pictured as criminals, your enemy, everything anger, everything evil, everything is boiled in. So
Also, we pictures the basketball player. That's why you go around the rail. Everybody trying to do some basketball shit. Call you LeBron and Michael Jordan. We pictures of NBA players too. I mean, football players too. Music artists too around the rail. And we also looked at as movement leaders around the world. Nigga, it's a lot of things people look at us as. Bro, it's a lot. You gotta get out the propaganda and look at the people reactions to us. And based off how the people reaction to us via not the propaganda and propaganda, both of them, but you can see how people react to us and copy us and look at us in certain ways. It's not just gangster shit. Even if it was good, if we'll say it was gangster shit, that gangster shit inspired a hell of people around the world. Look at Sweden. Nigga, they ride around and shoot guns like they hood niggas. And they dead as beginning each other. You feel me? It's bro, it's more than just what the fuck you think just saying. It's not just all bad things, bro. It's not. They looked at us as fashionable too. Models too. Look at a lot of these African people, they models nowadays. The skin tone, the height, the unique body builds. They all knowing that the UFC, they look at us as good boxers. Look at the boxing history. They look at us as a lot of different ways, bro. A lot of different ways, bro. Even though they trying to force us to have a certain way of living, but they know our history.
when you guys hear that from wherever you're from, you come here.
You know what
and
is funny?
and have the
They
same.
see what they see, but they trying to make us be a certain way, but they see what they see.
No,
That
you
same.
know what is funny? I'll tell you this. In Africa, New York has many Africans. Ask any African who is over 50 years old or 60 years old
Mhm.
to name one negative thing we heard back in Africa about African Americans. Zero.
So
Zero.
where does that come
Nigga,
from?
you guys said ask a bunch of kids that's 14 and 15 years old that's in America. most likely born in America. You didn't say from Africa. You just said in America about they mom and dad African. Ask them about what they know about Africa. Are you fucking serious, bro? No shit, they ain't gonna know, bro. Be real, bro.
We had African people on the show say that their parents gave them the talk when they came over here. Stay away from those Black Americans. They're just gonna get you pregnant. They drugged it. So where did that white supremacist talking point about Black Americans come from with Africans and even some Caribbeans?
Yeah. So you have social media, right?
Before social media.
No. I'm talking about
It was
listen,
before
You're talking
social
about
media
today.
too.
This has been going on for centuries.
This
No,
nothing new. This is nothing new. This shit was going on way before social media too. That is true.
you ask me
This
about
shit was
what we
going on
knew
in the
about
80s, 70s,
African
and
Americans
90s.
back in the and I'm telling you, we never knew one negative thing about African Americans. Never. Now, let me make it clear so you can understand. Start from 1957
Africa
when W.E.B. Du Bois moved to
very
Ghana.
different things.
Malcolm X,
Things.
Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou moved and lived there for 14 years. Ghana became, or West Africa became the Mecca for African Americans. Not one has any bad message when they come back here. So we were only knowing things and we were copying your style. You made dashiki become even attractive to us to wear it. Platform shoes and all that. We followed today any barber shop in Africa. You don't see any African. It is all, Ice-T and all these people. Only when we arrived here, then we see it for ourselves what we see.
So you follow the white supremacist mindset when you guys got here. That's what I'm hearing.
You love this
What is
now
that? What-
got here and started.
Because
That's
I mean,
white supremacy.
the hatred that's put upon or frowned upon, Black Americans.
By who?
What?
No, by Africans?
Africans,
Oh,
people
okay.
of Caribbean. My father's Jamaican.
Oh, no,
I hear it in that household too,
Yes,
brother.
yes.
So
I know.
there's not coming over here and then saying, embracing, hey, I got a Black brother, I have a Black sister.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, I heard what they said.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree with them.
Yes.
Y'all some niggas over there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's the problem.
In one of my episodes, I ended it by saying, I talk about how we started worshiping African Americans when we were in Africa. All my classmates, you are not going to have a name. You pick one of the movie names. I knew about Isaac Hayes, the Black Moses. I met him when I came here. It's like a legend standing in front of me. Okay. So we copied African Americans before we came here.
Right.
I ended the episode by saying, when we got here, we stay away from you because we see too much of us in you. So now, here is what I was saying from the beginning. Why don't you ask me why, when you arrive here, you don't unite with us? Then you concluding that you hate us, white supremacy's talking point. Well, our eyes can see things. So ask me, why is it so?
Yeah, I mean,
And I will ask you, how many times have you tried to go visit us on the continent?
well, if my resources was as good as
Resources, you rich than I am.
how?
You're not? Okay.
How?
You're flashy, by the way.
How?
Fine.
What's flash?
It's the leather pants.
Oh,
bro.
it's leather pants.
Okay.
Y'all see the Black Americans and how they look versus the African man. That's Native American blood mixing. A lot of them, especially the one in the white, and that's Native American blood and African blood mixing them.
At $16.99 H&M. Go get you a pair. You know what I'm saying, my brother? Just because I'm stylish don't mean nothing.
You're
know what I'm
stylish.
saying?
You're stylish. Look, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm not afraid. I ended the episode by saying, I loved African Americans. When I was coming here, I'm telling you the truth. My mom, my dad, my people, nobody told me stay away. Do you know my first wife is an African American? She's now the superintendent of schools here.
So when did that change then?
When we arrived here, we saw too much of us in you, and we stayed away.
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you
When
mean
you
by
say
that?
too much of us and you,
The
specific.
violence, the meanness, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the killing of each other, the dishonesty, the anger. Look,
The
let me tell you, if I go home, this guy you see here, I'll live like
Because
Michael Jackson.
He's seen the gangsterism shit. Because you talking to Black Americans now, you don't see it now.
I have money to live like a king in Africa. Why do you think I'm still here? The snow? Or the taxes?
For the resources.
Because I don't want to go back and take what I see here.
So
Don't you say it
But
yourself?
you got an African Bad Girls Club.
Come on. Don't you say it all the time? African Americans are a crap in a bucket. They don't support each other's business. They don't come together to do. So why are you blaming that on me? You've said it yourself. I heard it from you.
Yeah, but
And the same thing you're saying is over there.
'Cause we
A
know the
Chinese
history
lady
of our
just opened a
people.
hair
You don't.
hair shop
That's why we
next to
say
3
it, 'cause we
Ghanaians
know the history of our people. You don't.
in Accra. It's all on YouTube.
Immigrants
All the
come
blacks-
blessed in America. I'll tell you that.
All the blacks started going to her.
Mhm. Of
So
course.
on the continent, the same thing you say here. Oh, you start a business in Nigeria, your own family and friends are going to bring you down. What you're saying here, we are saying it there. When I moved to Kenya, the same thing I keep hearing. So I love to ask why.
I
Why-
think
why was
you're
it?
you're overlooking. A lot of people overlook the success and achievements that
support
black.
black
Y'all so
businesses
fixated
a
on the
lot in
negative.
America.
Not we,
Black
you.
Americans, we
We
are.
copied it from you. Your music says it. What is the name of the guy with the glass eye? Something white. He's on
Charleston White.
He says it. Cosby says it. You've written books about it. We hear it from you first. We were focusing on your success when we see you come to Africa. Okay?
Mhm.
We never had a problem. Have you heard any African American tell you, I went to and they did this to me? But do you know what we have gone through in the hands of African Americans here in America? How many times a white man has called me a Buddhist scratcher? But I can tell you when I go to high schools to speak, that's what they call me, laughing.
Bro, we make fun of each other, bro. Get the fuck on. You're a grown ass man, bro. I ain't gonna lie, motherfucker made fun of me because I'm a brighter tone. They make light skin jokes about me, bro. We make jokes about each other, bro.
So you think it's just you?
But that,
So I'm asking you,
I hate
ask
that. I
me
hate that analogy.
from
like-
the other place who is now here observing the two people, ask me the questions than making conclusions that, oh, we are just following white supremacy talking point. No, we're not.
Well,
Let me-
hold on. Let me step in here for a minute. I hear where Frank is coming from, but again, there has to be just a little bit of a shift, right? Because two things that are very, very important. My man said he loved Cooley High, right?
I'd rather have a conversation back and forth versus he going to dialogue, you going to dialogue. That's not really a conversation. I just running on talking, bro. I'd rather he say something, you respond, you say something, he respond. Like that's a conversation versus you. He talk for fucking 5 minutes, you talk for 5 minutes, bro. This just not a conversation to me.
Said that we made dashikis and platforms cool, afros and bell bottoms, whole nine.
So you
Iced tea on the
you
wall.
gotta pick certain things she said in the whole dialogue versus responding in a moment, and you can continue talking about certain things so you can have an understanding. Versus he talked for top 5 minutes and you pick apart of some of the things he said within the 5 minutes and say what you gotta say at the same time. That's not, I don't know, man. And plus y'all be running on saying like 10 different things in one damn dialogue. It's like, bro, come on, bro.
All boom, boom, boom. Wonderful. He's right. Cosby did say it. Pull up your pants, all that good stuff. He's absolutely right. Our music says it. He's absolutely right. Our television says it. Am I in the right ballpark? Cool. How much of that did we produce?
Of what?
White
All of
people
those things.
own those companies and promote the violence and the gangsterism in the community, bro. If you know who own the companies, just look up on it.
All the media that you're speaking of, who
Media.
No,
I live in Bridgeport.
no.
It's a first-hand experience for me.
No. What
Like saying us growing up in black America, we seen fucking commercials about 50 cents say feed the African child a day. 50 cent whole time y'all got whole fucking cities over there. Come on, bro.
No. I don't want to move the goalposts. I want to talk about exactly what you said when it comes to the music, the books, the TV shows, the movies. Those things are media.
Okay, sure. How many of that? did you produce?
How much of that did we produce and distribute?
Oh, I don't know who wrote the lyrics for Tupac or who wrote the lyrics for B.I.G.
No.
The producer is saying, bring your product and I will just produce it. You went with smoke niggas like a cigarette. He produced it. You blaming the medium.
No.
David, let's get real.
Oh, I am getting real. Here's
Okay.
what I know.
So I come to you.
That's the culture they grew up in the hood and the gangsterism in the hood. That's what they know. So they speaking about the things they know and the culture they grew up in based off the policies we had to live through. So yes, we start gang banging and going against each other, bro.
And I bring my lyrics.
Probably too, bring
Black
out
Davis
like that
produced,
too.
what is her name?
Whitney
right?
Houston.
Okay.
Mhm.
Either she sang people's songs, you could say, no, this song, I don't want to
Gangsterism started based on protecting the community, and they start going against each other on grouping up, just going against each other, bro.
sing it because I want to protect the dignity of my people.
Oh,
But you
Okay,
write your
I'm gonna
lyrics, you
take
take it
another
to the
work
guy, he
system.
said,
I'm gonna
great,
take
your people
another
love this. You
look
said,
at
yes,
shame on me.
I produce you.
I wish
would
that
do the
was the
same.
truth, but here's a fun fact you don't know about me, Frank. When I was a kid, I used to sing backgrounds for Teddy Pendergrass and people like that. I grew up in the music industry.
Teddy, wow.
Yeah,
But they just-
Gerald Levert.
Wow.
I'm the youngest person to re-record the Twist with Chubby Checker. Like I've been around
Yeah.
the music business for a very formidable part of my
He just trying to brag on his accomplishments, bro. Come on, bro. Stick to the topic of the conversation.
life. I also was a radio programmer. I also ran CBS in Austin. I also put
Oh
Ricky
my
Smiley in the
God.
syndication. I worked with Wendy Williams, DJ Clue, so on and so forth. I can tell you from firsthand.
That don't mean shit, bro. You didn't say shit about going and learning African American history in vivid detail about the policies and what's going on in the community, my nigga. That don't mean shit you talking about right now. So stop it.
experience, and I defy anybody who watches this to tell me I'm lying, that we do not get to pick what records make. See, when somebody makes a record, you might not know this.
Even
'cause you-
rappers like Meek Mill and other guys would tell you they pay you even more just to talk about gangster shit even more. And plus, you grew up in gangster shit, so you more comfortable to even say do it anyway. Plus, they paying you more. So yes, you go speak about this shit even more because that's all you know any fucking way. Whole time they praying on you for it could bring for it could be more gangsterism in your community for you can destroy the community even more. That's what they really want. Come on, gang.
You're not in the industry. When somebody makes a record, they can make a bunch of songs. Marvin Gaye and Barry Gordy, because Barry Gordy was answering to palm-colored people at this particular point.
That's why you got niggas in the suburbs growing up watching gangster shit. Now they trying to gangbang in the burbs because that's what they seen growing up on, and plus they other fellow Black Americans.
History had an issue because
Probably.
Marvin Gaye wanted to sing what's
The
going
systems.
on and start reaching his people a different way. And what Barry Gordy wanted was, I wasn't bit and nothing. He wanted the fun stuff. He didn't want anything, too controversial because he didn't think it was going to sell. When you make an album, it's usually anywhere from 30 to 100 songs. Out of that 30 to 100 songs, they pick 12. And when you look at it, the people who are making it's funny you said Clive
This nigga ain't talking about shit.
Davis, because Clive Davis is also responsible for B.I.G. because Clive Davis distributed Bad Boy, and then after him, you had
Bro, this
Jimmy
nigga ain't talking about shit.
Iovine distributed Bad Boy.
He's not capable for this conversation. He can't represent us on his platform in these type of conversations. Sometimes you can't, just because you're a Black American, that don't mean you can talk for Black Americans. You got to understand, you got to have the mental capability and the history of the Black Americans and understand the history and the system of the problem that's going on in the community for you can actually have a detailed conversation and understand other things that's going around the world, so you can have a full mental conversation, detailed conversation about your history as a Black American and the reasons that we is where we is today. This man is not capable for these conversations.
And Death Row, at different points in history. The point of it is when the people, the board that are not us, statistically and historically, because I defy you to find a major record company, a major media
you're right.
He
platform
know his
that is
shit. I'm
owned
not
by
saying
us.
he's fully
We don't
not
get to say.
capable, but
We
I
can make
don't
a
know,
million
just
and one
some of the way
songs.
he
I
can
have sat
rebuttal,
in
just he can
meetings with
rebuttal
people who
of
were signing record
in the
deals, and they were like, "Yeah, we
straight
like
up
this, but
way,
no more of
factual
this. You
way.
can't talk about this, that, and the third." And if you say no, you know what there is? There is a line of foundational Black Americans who all want to buy their mama a house, and the only thing they know how to do is rap. The only thing they know how to do is make beats.
Yeah.
And so once the product gets in their hands,
But
it's
that's
not
a
about
problem within our community. That's what he's not talking about, because we got our own issues too. Instead of go sign it with a Jewish label or a white man label, we go literally have our own label, Death Row Records, Birdman, Master P, we got 1090, 1017. We can have our own labels and our own music and our own style, and have the freedom to make our own cultural music. Not only that, we don't just make rap music. We make R&B. We make soul music. We make classical music. We got all types of genres that we made and created that we use as Black American culture because we all made it. That's what's going on. It's not just gangster shit that we got as music.
about what we want. Because if you go back, you were here, 1992. Were you here? Right?
No.
No, you weren't here.
92, yes.
92. Do you know what the number one record on the radio in 1992 was?
I don't.
It was. I'll save you the trouble. It's Public Enemy, Fight the Power. And that's when the Rodney King verdict happened. And that's when folks were rioting and they said, never before, never again. And they made a
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground, nigga. We got all types of genres.
A distinct, and when I say they, I'm talking about the major media
Nigga, fight the
companies who
system
said
with
we're not
the,
going to
rap
allow
with
this to
Nate.
happen ever again. So they decide what goes
Go
out.
ahead,
They
hop out this
own
hole, I
the
ain't
radio
lying.
stations, they own the billboards, they own the distribution channels, they have global
Yeah.
distribution
Not
that
only that, they will have another black person from Africa or the Caribbean would come at cosplay as a black American, take control of what's going on, and be the face of what's going on and bullshit the people of Black America. That is true too.
has absolutely nothing to do
Yeah.
with I bring my lyrics, because there have been plenty of people who bought lyrics.
Okay.
Right. Last point, and I'll land my plane. You're familiar with Tyler Perry, are you not?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know what his lowest
Not only
grossing
that,
movie
niggas,
was?
Mexicans nowadays rapping about killing each other.
It's a movie that shows a responsible foundational Black American man who had 2 daughters. Like, I got my 2 daughters and I take care of my 2 daughters. But that is not what sells. How many times have you turned on the news and heard
was what sells. Good Times, Match the Pain show, Bernie Mac show. It does sells. It does sells. It's just not what we making now. It's just not what's being pushed. Love stories, hood love stories, black superhero stories. Nigga, we got other stories that sell. It's not just
a foundational Black American businessman went home to his wife and 2 daughters today, and absolutely nothing bad happened. But you'll hear about all the
Tubu with all them black shows that, you know, the old bootleg show. I ain't gonna call them bootleg, but they got fucking love stories. They got all types of business stories. They got black men working in the business, all types of stories going on, family stories, all types of hood stories, cheating on the stuff. We got all types of shit going on.
grapes, and take the G off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You'll hear
Empire. There's little gangster shit too, but I mean, we got our culture. We got gangsterism in our culture as of now. That's what's going on.
about all the unalivings. You will
within
hear about all the stabbings. You'll hear about all the drug raids. You'll hear about absolutely everything, because we are the only people who do not own and control our narrative. We get to perform. We do not get to collect. We get to put it out. They get to produce it and decide the message that goes out into the world.
But we can't
Yeah,
control our
business
own
works
shit.
like that, of course. I remember long back that we were dancing to Nat King Cole, we were dancing to Ella Fitzgerald, we were dancing to Satchmo, we were dancing to, you know, Herbie Hancock and all these black people.
Yeah.
You understand? And there was no violence and dirty language in it, but it was the same producers. In fact, back then you can say there was no Bad Boy, there was no Death Row, there was no Young Money. Now you have it, and you're still writing the bad lyrics. This is what I understand about the culture. Cultures have gatekeepers. Did you wear the T-shirt? Did you dance with the song? Did you buy it? Did you allow him to remain in your neighborhood? Well, you promoted it. So don't blame the guy over there. If you're going to sell your dignity, as you said, so your lyrics can sell, well, you choose, because you don't have a culture that has a gatekeeper. But I promise you one thing, the people I have lived among in Asia, they will never let you back again into the community if you're going to sing songs about our women that way or make.
But Nima, I thought you said we don't got a culture. Now you talking about we got no gatekeepers of our culture. The bullshit and the grifting of these motherfuckers, bro, the inconsistency of these motherfuckers, this educated, brainwashed man. You just said we don't got a culture. That's what's the whole meaning of the fucking video. We don't got a culture. Now you saying we got a culture that we don't gatekeep. Now we share our culture around the world. Then we mad with everybody copied our culture. I'm not mad everybody copied our culture. I'm happy everybody copied our culture, because they do it on their own free will. If people follow you and copy you at their own free will, that says a lot about you. So I don't get mad when other people copy our culture. I do somewhat get irritated. I'm like, damn, you is overdoing it. But at the same time, I look at it and say, damn, they inspired by us. That's why they copied us. They inspired by us. That's why they make our type of music. They inspired by us. They look up to us. That's why they want us to go and protest. That's all they want us to do this. That's all they want us to. They look at us for this. They inspired by the black community. That's how I look at it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right there, because I got shit to do and I gotta go to sleep. But that's how I look at it. You feel me? I don't think dude right here ready for that conversation. Neither one of them is. You feel me? Goddamn me, I'm a normal everyday nigga, but goddamn me, I know our history enough to talk about it though. You feel me? But I'm gonna go ahead, kick rocks. I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm gonna make another video. I'm probably gonna make another probably 2 more parts because this is an hour too. So probably like another part 2 because I got a little minute to go on a video. I'm about just now getting halfway. Let me look. Yeah, I'm just now getting about over halfway. So I probably got like another video and one more video. I'm gonna make another video, but I'm gonna be out this. So see y'all later, man. Out this bitch.